Alright, sorry about that, guys. That's kind of weird. So I kind of screwed up. I did not set the phone orientation before I started the live, so had to get everything turned around. Alright, give me just a minute, guys. So now I gotta get this reconnected to my phone stand. There we go. Alright, ugh. I hate being vertical. Vertical sucks. But it's gonna have to do because that was my screw up. Alright, so we're like a whole minute already into the stream because of that screw up, but welcome to Chasing Pops, Talking Pops Live. This is Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I am at the Y today. Just a nice paved pathway behind me. I think it's a quarter-mile lap. Before I go burn off some calories, I'm going to take in some calories. Have some Smith's Caramel Cone Sundae Premium Ice Cream. It's pretty amazing. So there's like chunks. I have like ice cream cone in here. And like chunks of like the caramel. And I think chocolate chips. Yeah, chocolate chips. And I got a real cheap spoon, so it's really hard to cut this up. All right, we got some people jumping in. Guys, I'm sorry for the camera orientation being vertical. I much more prefer horizontal, especially for like people that aren't here for the live stream. Like people watch this later on like their TV, whatever. If you watch it on your phone, this would be perfect. Remember, leave a big thumbs up for me. But yeah, so I'm going to do a couple laps out here at the Y. Paved track. Shouldn't get destroyed by the bugs out here. But I'm eating some ice cream first. But I do want to take some time and wait, 21 people? That can't be right. There's no way there's 21 people in here. That's amazing that there's actually 21 people in here. But yeah, we're gonna walk, we're gonna talk pops, we're gonna do things that we do every Wednesday when we are live. So I do want to say thank you. Last week I think we were at 79 subscribers when the stream started. Picked up one during the stream, so we are at 80. And I'm at like 91, I think, before this stream started. So I picked up like a dozen subs this week. So that is absolutely amazing. So I don't think that I'm missing anything in the chat. For some reason, I'm not seeing a chat. So if anybody wants to post some comments, please, so I can see if we're. And now we're saying we're down to 1. So I'm not real sure what's going on with up to 3, kind of bouncing around. But anyways, so let's talk what's happened in Pops in the last week. So we had what? We had Funko Fun Days. That's pretty much all that you can see on Instagram right now. Like everybody's showing their boxes of fun. I was in like 2 separate drawings. One on Instagram through Funko, one on Funko's website that I gave some points. I didn't win a box of fun. Some of the Frays are pretty legit though. Franny's, those are pretty cool too. But as soon as I get done with this ice cream, we'll get out and we'll start walking around. But anyway, so like There's some really cool pops that come out of that Box of Fun. If any of you guys got Box of Fun, please let me know in the chat. I don't think they sold out yet. They may be sold out now, but as like last week, they had not sold out. So there is absolutely still a possibility of getting a Box of Fun. Let's see, share with your audience. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of tapping the screens there. Start a poll, start a QA. Wow, I haven't gone live on Vertical in a while, so there's like all kinds of like extra like features and stuff now. Very interesting. It's like they're like promoting you to yeah, I am very much shave my head. Don't really have an option with that. That started when I was probably in my 20s. All right, I'm not sure who you are, but yeah, I keep a lot of sunscreen and stuff like that on my head, definitely, if I don't have a hat on, because I burn really easy. I already said that, man. I don't know how much more down I can take that. Almost done my ice cream, guys. We can get out and start walking. Jeffrey, what's going on, man? Wanted to get one of them, Freddie, as John Cena. I have not seen Freddie as John Cena. As many pictures as I've seen, how have I missed anything of Freddie John Cena? I know everybody's slamming them, Freddie, as like Green Lantern, Yellow Lantern, Red Lantern. Like, people are slamming those. I've seen a bunch of the Freddy as Power Rangers. Those are pretty cool. What was the one limited piece account that everybody was wanting? Wasn't that like a Franny as Wonder Woman? All right, there we go. My fat butt just slammed that ice cream. It was delicious. Caramel cone sundae. Amazing. All right. One second, guys. Let me... Huh. Strange dog, what's going on, buddy? What have you done that's interesting here last week? Anything good? How is the weather in Michigan? I'm sure you're sitting in a swimming pool as usual. All right, now we'll get out and we'll start doing a little bit of walking. All right, so this path, kind of show you guys a little bit of, I guess you could see it back the other direction too. All right, so this path was put in about 2 years ago. It's about a quarter of a mile roughly around, so like 4 laps would be a mile. It's kind of nice, just right here in town, so I don't have to go get destroyed by bugs if I don't want to. So I got that going for me. July, going to meet and greet, and it's nice. You know, I think you did send me something about that, didn't you? Like the flyer or something. Yeah, that would be really cool. Go see Indy. I had what did I have of hers? I think I might have had a first time in the line figure of hers at one point. I think her first figure was a basic, so that makes sense. They make a lot of people's first figure a basic. I don't know why they do that. All right, so let's see. So that's like the gym, like the basketball courts gym, and like that right there, that's like the pool area. I don't think I could go in there and do a live. I don't think they'd be very happy about that. I do have 24-hour access to the Y though for the gym and everything, so that's awesome. Then we got 2 baseball fields. Baseball around here pretty much done until fall ball though. This was like one of the rainiest seasons that I can remember. Like my nephews, they both just had their all-star games. Like constant rainouts, like makeups, and trying to find umpires for the makeup games. That was the worst part of it. But I did go to a small little event. Any new pops you excited about? Yeah. So I know some stuff come out. Wasn't there a drop today? I forget what the drop was today. But it's kind of cool that Funko's getting back into like some of these drops like Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, whatever. That's kind of exciting. Maybe we'll get back into getting some more limited edition stuff. I always love that. But yeah, there is some stuff coming out that I'm excited about. And I don't really collect a whole lot of new pops. So I know at some point those Ghostbusters 2 pops are coming out. It's like all 4 guys and Vigo. So that's going to be really cool. I know those are up for pre-order on a lot of different websites. All right, come over here. Check this out, guys. See if I can get close enough without scaring him away. Hey, bunny. So yeah, just a rabbit over here hanging out, chilling. So I'm just kind of like farting around by one of the baseball fields here. There's some people walking down the track, so I was just kind of like waiting for them to get by before I kind of went around. And you can see there's standing water out here on the path, or out here on the track. Or I'm sorry, track. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Water out here on the baseball fields. If I'm around the bases, all of the scored more runs than the Cleveland Guardians have scored like all week. Somebody just fired up their lawnmower, of course. But yeah, so other than those Ghostbuster pops, now I'm drawing a complete blank on some of the other stuff coming out that I was interested in. Yeah, what else was there? I know there's a lot of like Spider-Man stuff coming out. I'm sure we've only seen the tip of the iceberg with the Superman movie coming out, with what those pops are going to be. But yeah, what's coming out that you guys are excited about? Oh, completely forgot. So yeah, everybody knows there's a ton of new stuff coming out because SDCC is coming up. So we've got to talk about some SDCC. I think we may have touched on SDCC a little bit last week, but so yeah, like those X-Men pops for SDCC, those were all going to be on the Funko shop. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm sorry if you got to hear this lawnmower. So if it's not me getting destroyed by mosquitoes, it's somebody mowing their grass while I'm trying to live stream. People got to get their mowing in when they can, the way that's been raining around here, though. Just the way that it's been. All right, get past this guy's yard. So yeah, like SDCC. Um, I know there's a lot of anime stuff. I'm just not into too much of the anime stuff. There's what, a couple One Piece, or not One Piece? Yeah. So One Piece. That's that Luffy, right? Luffy's One Piece. I think there's some Dragon Ball stuff, which is pretty much par for the course for SDCC. The Spider-Man pops were looking really cool. And you know, like, they did put out the sheet this week for shared exclusives, and it's like everything I want's going to be on the Funko website. Like, the vast majority of stuff I want's going to be on the Funko website, which, I mean, I guess that's cool if you want to just like sit at home, order stuff, and wait for it to come in. But I like to go out and like actually do the hunt. Like, that's like, you know, that's kind of like what got me into this hobby, was like the actual hunting for the pops, you know. So kind of sucks to I think like Target was getting some stuff that I wanted. Trying to think what else was out there. I don't know, there wasn't much at GameStop this year, was there? Didn't really collect any new pops either. Besides WWE, that's my biggest. Yeah, absolutely. Try to get every WWE pop. Dude, that's awesome. So yeah, I do have a lot of WWE pops. I think there's some new WWE stuff coming out. Isn't there another Cody coming out? I'm trying to think what else was in that line. Probably a bunch of people that got a Future Endeavor. That seems to happen quite a bit. Yeah, I was looking. One of my last videos, you'll see Kevin Nash chase and Scott Hall chase. So that's definitely something that I was looking at. And I might go back and pick them up eventually. The prices weren't like super good, but they weren't like terrible either. They were like fair pricing. But yeah, so I'm always down for when there's some new WWE stuff. I don't think there's been very many WWE chases lately. Like, the last big one I can think of was like the last big WWE chase. Like that Naomi glow in the dark. I remember that, but that's been a couple of years at this point. All right, so this is one of the other baseball fields, and this field's just, they really haven't done much with the infield the last few seasons. So, and actually this is all dug up right here. So they got like the infield's all growed in, the everything's all tore up, but the base paths are still here, or the bases are still here. There's third base. Home plate's still intact. Got some bleachers. Got a playground. Not too much over there that I'm going to be interested in. Then back around to the pavilion where I ate my ice cream at. And now I'm back to where the sun's right in my eyes. Good thing I got sunglasses on. Is this like let's go look at this. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's not. Because now that I'm looking the other direction, there's one over there. I thought maybe this was like an old tetherball post for a second, but it's not. It's actually like straight out from home plate. And there's one at the other field too, so. All right. Look like everybody else that was out here walking just kind of gave up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into like some more of these like features when you go vertical. Like I said, I'd rather be horizontal because it looks better for later on when people try to watch later on. It's like that first minute of the stream was kind of like a little bit screwed up, but you'll have that on them big jobs. So we're coming back around again. So this building right here, that's the pool. So it's a nice pool. They got a couple They always have a couple lanes set up to go swim laps, plus open swim times and everything. So it's very, very cool. It's a nice pool. I get in it a couple times a year at least. I should get in there more. I mean, I do pay whatever I pay a month. I don't even see it. I don't actually pay that bill. It's a direct payroll deduction, so it's kind of cool. Hello. Hi. I love little kids running from grandma. Oh, we're gonna come back around to the guy that was mowing his grass. So there's actually a creek back here behind me, so I am still kind of by water. So it's not really moving too much today. But that goes down and eventually goes down and hits the river. Like kind of curves around, goes up behind here. There's a big industrial complex. And then it shoots down towards the river. It's a nice bright blue sky, hardly any clouds. Gotta love it. It's not raining today. A lot of standing water from yesterday's rain, but we got like, I don't know. I don't think it's quite an inch in about an hour yesterday. Whereas a couple days ago, we had like 2 inches come down in like 3 hours. It was something insane like that. Like the river was up over its banks. The creek was over its banks. Streets were flooded out. It's just been a crazy year in Ohio for rain. Alright, I'm gonna kind of speed up a little bit, you guys, so we can get past the guy mowing. It's got a nice little walk behind, or like a self-propelled walk behind. Big deck on it. Get them lines nice and straight. All right, there we go. Have the Kevin Nash chase. Never seen the Razor Ramon. Yeah, that Razor Ramon is actually really cool. It's crazy because there's a lot of sign of those Kevin, seems like every event Kevin Nash shows up at, he signs a bunch of those Chase Funko Pops. So that would be kind of neat to come across a signed Kevin Nash Funko Chase. All right, so we are under a tree in the shade. All right, guys. Where are we at? A little over 20 minutes. All right. Last week I went for an hour, but you know, we were talking about like pretty much everything that had to do with Funko Pop chases last week. So that really took up a lot of time. Plus I was getting destroyed by mosquitoes. So one thing that's kind of a shame. Right there. That used to be Agnes Meats, and it is now closed. It has a shame because they had really good cuts of meat in there. Like their butcher was really good. Like their steaks, their pork chops, like roast, like everything, like all their meat was fantastic. Hot dogs, like anything else that they sold that wasn't, like all their meat was from local farmers, but like anything else they sold was also local. So I'm always about supporting like these local farms. Yeah, great evening. Very nice evening out here. Yeah, look, I mean, that field's got like a fence around it, and this field's just all but abandoned. Yeah, we'll have that though. Would be kind of nice at some point if they add like a couple like a couple nice benches or something out here. I mean, I guess you do got like the pavilion and some other things. All right, so there was people on the playground when we come through last time. So we'll like look at the rest of the playground. Guess there is a bench right here at the playground. Let's have a seat for a minute. Just real quick. So we got a ton of swings, and then a thing with some slides and some places to crawl around at and climb. We got this nice bench right here. Oh, there we go. Sit down and spend some time relaxing. 29 minutes. Can't hardly see my screen with the glasses on. But half of this path is nice and shady, and the other half's like just out in the sun. Yeah, that Kevin Nash chase is awesome. The Razor chase is awesome. I seen the Vince McMahon chase not too long ago. I just couldn't pull the trigger to buy that one. I think they wanted like $50 for it. It's probably worth that, but a little too controversial for me, I guess, right now. But I've also seen recently, I've seen the Ted DiBiase chase recently, and that's one I think I'm going to pick up. I have the Common, so it makes sense to get the chase to go with it. That'd be a cool one to pick up. Yeah, it's like them early days. They had a ton of chases. That Finn Balor chase. Was there like 2 different Finn Demon chases? Or not chases, but there's an... is one of them an FYE exclusive, maybe? There's a Finn FYE. One of them has the headdress, and one of them's just the face paint. I know that. One's a chase, one's an store exclusive. They're both really awesome. I have the Common. Some of these Cody pops are really cool too. I think that's one of the new ones coming out. It's Cody with that headdress. Or like mask, whatever it is. Oh, that's another chase that I just thought of. I haven't seen it in person, but I would love to come across that Triple H chase with the like the crown and the like the skull mask and the crown. That would be a badass chase to pick up. That is a really cool one. All right, I think we'll do like one more lap around and probably end up calling it a day at that point. Tats, what's going on, man? How long you been collecting pops for? So, I'm glad you brought that up. That's good. That can really like dictate like the rest of the live stream. So I started collecting Funko Pops around, I don't know a date. I know it was towards the end of 2016. And it had to be somewhere right around the time that the A-Team Funko Pops came out. Because my first pop was John Hannibal Smith. Picked it up at a comic book store. I went in to get my weekly pull. And my nephew Michael was with me, and he was in the collect. Like he wanted to go to see if there was pops. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? And he's like, Funko Pops. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So go to comic book store, and he's like, yeah, like these things over here. So kind of like go over, and we're like checking out these pops, and I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I guess I've kind of seen these recently. You know, the last probably like 6 months or so. He had like a smaller display, and then it kind of started adding to it. And in hindsight, you know, that's 2016. So like the majority of the stuff that come out back then, especially stuff like that, like the TV show stuff, a lot of the stuff coming out back then, that stuff is all like gold now. Like that stuff is all held its value. So I picked up that John Hannibal Smith towards the end of 2016, somewhere around there. And then that kind of like kick-started it. Like I bought that. I got something else right around there too. War Machine. I still have the War Machine. That was a Captain America Civil War. So I think that must have come out right around there too. I was gifted a Bray Wyatt WWE Funko Pop. I sold that. I don't know why. I got greedy. Right after he died, I was like, it's never going to be worth more than this. I'm selling it. I could always buy it back. And I think it's only gone up in value since then. So that worked well for me, I guess. But I guess it was a gifted pop, and I sold it for like 60, 70 bucks, something like that. So that's not too terribly bad. So yeah, so I started collecting pops towards the end of 2016. Somewhere in 2017 is when I started my original channel. And Tats has been around since then. Tats has been around since them original old days. Ian, you've been around since some of them old days. Who else has been around since some of those? Candyman's been around since some of them old days. So many YouTubers have come and gone that were like staples of all the live streams and was having their own live streams. Like, it's crazy now. Like me doing a Funko only live stream. There's not many people doing that. Bearded Pop still does it here and there. What's he do, like once a month? I mean, you could say Gasselcast, kind of, but they're, you know, promoting their own stuff, and rightfully so. I mean, they've got a company to run. What's the stream with Slap? Yeah, now I'm going to forget his name. Professor Josh, Poppin' Duo, and Slapshot Pops. What they do, I think that's tomorrow night, isn't it? Is that Thursday nights? But I like their stream. But yeah, there used to be like streams every night of the week, like multiple streams every night of the week. Like, nobody's live streaming anymore. Like, it's like the Funko community like really changed. But yeah, so 2017 kind of started going, like, it was probably later into 2017 when I really started getting crazy. Like, I had like one shelf and I had like 7, 8 pops on it, probably 10 pops. And then I was like, you know what? I was kind of like, DC New 52 was kind of getting old at that point. I was kind of getting tired of it. I didn't like the way that like X-Men was going, because they were like doing some numbering stuff. So I kind of like started falling out of comic books and turned my attention strictly to Funko. And then it kind of exploded. Like, then I had like 40 pops. I started going on pop hunts. Like, Michael, let's go on a pop hunt. So like, we go to like the mall, we go to Hot Topic. I had the Godfather, Vito, and I had the Michael Corleone. I picked up a couple more of the A-Team pops. What's some of the other older ones I had at that point? Scarlet Spider from Walgreens. I got a bunch of the Marvel ones from Walgreens back through there. I think that's when I got my Walgreens Kane, my Walgreens HBK. Like, that was all stuff I picked up at retail. And those things are all like $50 and more. Let's see. Have all WWE Chase stuff for Razor Ramon. Fun Day box just arrived. I got the Freddy. Which Freddy, Tats? We were talking about Box of Fun a little bit ago. I'm sure there was probably one of the Lantern pops. That would make sense. That seems to be like in every box that there's at least a red, blue, green, yellow. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in Box of Fun. It's funny because I've seen a lot of people, and I don't want to like throw any shade on anybody, but there was a lot of channels that put videos out that were completely trashing this year's Fun Days, which I like that they did a separate event away from SDCC. But there were people like trashing this, and then there they are at Fun Days putting up their pictures on social media and buying multiple boxes of Box of Fun. But hey, whatever. I knew people getting upset how it was going to go down. There was going to be a whole bunch of exclusives that were only for the show, and you had to be at the show to get them. That was the only way you were going to be able to get them. And yeah, so that, you know, I knew that's how it was going to work out. I knew there was going to be a bunch of limited number stuff. All right, sit down in the bleachers for a minute and try to catch up on some of the chat. So I think Tats just said what box he got. Now we're in the shade so I can see for a minute. Pop Force 1. Yeah. I like that. Freddy as Voltron. Yes, that Freddy as Voltron is awesome. And I think Jeff said something earlier. As Jeff or Ian said something about Freddy as John Cena. Did you put pictures up? I'm gonna have to go look. Yeah, see, and like Jeff said, he wants both those and that John Cena for sure. So I'll have to check out your IG if you put pictures up, because now I gotta look. I'm wondering if maybe I've been seeing pictures of it and just was sliding through so fast because that's what everybody's been posting, is Box of Fun. I'm just wondering if maybe I just missed it and haven't, paid much attention, I guess. Yeah, that'll be cool. Freddy is John Cena, especially like right now with Cena on his like farewell tour and in the middle of his 17th reign as WWE champion. His all-time leading 17th reign as champion. Didn't post it yet, maybe later. All right. Yeah, I'll have to scroll through IG again, just see if I can't find some pictures of that. Like, what color gear was he wearing? Because John Cena, he'd like John Cena shows up in t-shirts looking like a pack of Skittles, Years ago, The Rock said he showed up looking like a Fruity Pebble. Especially with this tour. Like, he shows up in one city, he's like wearing a red shirt. The next week he shows up and he's wearing a blue shirt. The next week he shows up, he's wearing a black shirt. I've loved this heel run though, especially like he's really settled in, and the promos are getting really, really good right now. Like him kind of like recreating the pipe bomb promo, but his own twist on it was gold. Like that. There's a reason that he's called greatest of all time, because the work he's doing right now, especially with the mic, is some of the most goated work of his career. Like, unbelievable. 20 pictures with Indy. That's not bad. Or did I say 30? I'm about blind. And the sun's in my eyes. Yeah, that's not terrible. When is it? Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I almost forgot. Oh my goodness. So Saturday, I got to take my happy ass to Akron to get my Red Ranger pop sign. I forget what he was charging. I need to look into that. But I definitely need to go get that Red Ranger signed. That's like from noon to 2, last man standing. So as long as you show up, you'll get your stuff signed. So that's gonna be cool. That'll be number 7 into the autograph pop collection. That'll be 6 of the 7 that I've personally have had signed, and the other one I have a COA with it, so I know it's legit. So that's kind of like my rules. As long as there's a COA with it, I'll pick it up. But I'm not picking up anything else that I didn't have signed. Like years ago, I had that signed teddy bear girl from Walking Dead, and I did sell that. Actually, that's a whole long story, because that I got defrauded on that one, or whatever you want to call it. Like, they got their pop and I showed delivery, and then they filed a claim that said, their bank filed a claim that said that they did not approve that purchase or something like that. So eBay, with their 100% buyer satisfaction or whatever, yeah, they ended up taking that out like eBay sales after that. So I lost my pop and I lost the profit off of it, which really wasn't much. I think I sold it for what I paid for it. But that was what's her name? Addie Miller. It's crazy now. I follow her on Instagram. Like, she's like in her 20s. Like, just doesn't seem like Walking Dead was that long ago. Like Teddy Bear Girl, that was season 1, episode 1, Rick's first kill shot. Like, what year was that? 2011, 2012? I guess it has been a long, long time. Might have even been before that, 2010. Nah, couldn't be that long ago. What year did Walking Dead come out, guys? Someone Google that real quick. All right, I just thought of something. I need to get up here to the shade because Tats and Jeff, I want to make sure you guys are mods. I don't know if I can do that on the live or not. I think I can. All right, I can see now. All right, so tap on Tats' name. Add moderator. All right, Tats, you should be a mod now. Jeff. Standard, you should be a mod now. All right, so it doesn't take much to get a blue wrench on my channel. Pretty much just gotta like abide by like the rules, you know. Now I gotta get my hat back on. My flag hat. Merca. It's Merca's birthday this week. And then it'll be the countdown to the 250th birthday of Merca. Crazy, 250 years. And think about 2025. Pops first come out, like Funko as a company, 1998. Pops come out, SDCC 2010. We're like at the 15th anniversary of the first Funko Pops. How insane is that? 15 years. So it is not the Beanie Baby fad that everybody keeps saying. Like, a lot of people don't realize how long Funko as a company's been around. Like, Funko came out my senior year of high school. Like, right when I graduated. And Pop's been around since 2010. You know, that was something after, like, Brian Mariotti took over. So, they're like half of the Mount Rushmore of Funko. Becker and Mariotti. I know a lot of that. I know it's like a company, like, a lot of people are upset with Becker still. And, like, something with them Huckleberry Hounds. That was supposed to be like a dig at Mariotti, but, you know, Becker started the company. Mariotti is like the expansion. So it's like the founder and the expansion. So we're like half of like true meaning of Mount Rushmore right there. All right. I was not going to go this long, I don't think. We're about 45 minutes. All right. I didn't want to go a whole hour like I did last time. 45 minutes sounds about good. And we're coming up back towards the pavilion, so it'd be kind of perfect, I guess. I think that's like the sweet spot. Half hour almost seems too fast sometimes, and an hour seems like way too long. Like I'm gonna ramble no matter what we're doing. It could be 5 minutes and I'm gonna ramble. Anybody that's seen my videos knows that. But you know, it's something I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about little 4-inch vinyl figures that take my paycheck away. But also brings me, you know, has brought me into a great community of a lot of very amazing people. Such a nice night. I wonder where I'm at with my steps. I was about 6,000 when I started, just from work. Busy day. I know I've at least got a mile, so I've got to be over 8,000 steps just from walking around the track a couple times. Boy, even the pavilion's nice and sunny now. Holy cow. Go over here in the shade. It's pretty bad when under the roof is sunny. All right. Yeah, we're like right at 45 minutes. Kind of perfect. All right, so hey, I appreciate everybody that stopped in. I love you guys. I think you guys know that, but if I don't know that I say it enough, of how much I appreciate this community. But remember to leave a big thumbs up for me. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you will subscribe. And I apologize for this being vertical content. I prefer horizontal, but it is what it is. That was my fault when I set the stream up last week. I didn't want to like go out and, you know, reset everything. I don't even know if I had this thumbnail on my phone at this point, so I would have lost like everything. I think I might set the thumbnail for the next one like right now. As soon as I get done, I might like go up against this building and like do a thumbnail. But yeah, thanks again for everybody that stopped in, kept the chat going, and gave us something to talk about. Tune in every Wednesday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, Eastern Standard Time. Or no, we're in daylight now, so we're in Eastern Daylight Time. Every Wednesday, that's the goal. We're on the road to 100. Might even be a couple steps closer after today. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll catch you guys next time.